Hello and welcome to episode 167 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode is the FA Cup final, where our opponents will be Queen's Park Rangers. I'll be back in a moment to show you the team that I've selected to go out there and try and beat them. Okay, here is our lineup for the match, and it is Falcao in goal. The back four is Benyon, Jackson, Satilmis and Regis. Boyle is at the base of midfield. Alonso and Lopez ahead of him. Lapcevic on the left wing. Bidner on the right. Shevchik up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant is suggesting get out there and prove to everyone that you are winners. We should be winning this game and winning it easily. So I'm going to disagree with him. Pump the fists. We're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. And let's get out into the tunnel for our tunnel interview. This could be the last time we see Xavier Falcao in a Newcastle shirt. Do you have any special plans to give him an appropriate send-off? I couldn't speak more highly of him. Regardless of what happens during the match, he's a wonderful player. I'm lucky to have worked with him. Bidner has come under increasing scrutiny and pressure recently. Are you confident he can handle it? Of course he can. Yeah, no problem. So I've been really pleased with his reaction. He's working even harder. We'll go with that. How has Mark Talbot's suspension affected your plans for such an important match? It's given somebody else an opportunity. So I will go with, we'll deal with it because we don't have another choice. And let's get out there and see it through. But we will, as it's the FA Cup final, we'll have a look at both lineups. As you saw, we're lining up in our usual 4-3-3. QPR lining up in their 4-4-2. So let's get the match underway. Shevchik to Alonso, Boyle to Regis. Regis plays it to Alonso. Lopez gives the ball away, and the highlight comes to an end. But there's immediately another one. Lapcevic now on the left, back to Boyle, into Alonso. Benyon to Alonso. Diagonal ball forward. Shevchik flicks it on for Lapcevic, who wins the, or would have won the corner if he wasn't offside. Andre with the free kick. Satilmis wins his header. Shevchik to Lapcevic. Crossfield ball is given away, but Satilmis wins it back. Lopez to Boyle. Benyon into Alonso. Back to Jackson. Benyon to Lapcevic. Plays it forward for Shevchik. And he's looking for support. Forced back to Boyle, into Bidner, who shoots, but it's deflected. And Lopez is sadly offside. So the highlight comes to an end. And we've had the better of the opening 9 or 10 minutes. So I think I'm going to go with an encourage at the moment because we are doing okay. Lapcevic down the left wing, cuts it back for Shevchik. It's cleared, but Bidner puts it back in. Shevchik's shot is charged down. We'll get a corner, but we won't get to see it. So obviously nothing happened from it. And we await the next highlight. So let's demand more again the next time. As this time it starts with Andre, the Queen's Park Rangers keeper, who launches it. Satilmis wins the header, finds Boyle, who is dispossessed by Williams. Beto is in, and Beto scores. It is Newcastle United 0, QPR 1. So a demand more definitely needed after that. And I think we go attacking as well. So let's do that. As it's played forward for Lapcevic on the left. Beats his man. And then plays it back to Benyon. Lopez on to Regis. And it's deflected into the air. And Andre makes a comfortable catch. So we are still behind and still looking the more dangerous, but yet to have anything to show for all our attacking endeavours. Ferro to Gallinetta, and Lopez wins it back. Boyle takes over. Out to Regis. Lopez to Bidner. On to Shevchik, who gets to the byline, and it's hit the post, and McGlone clears. The next highlight, Satilmis back to Falcao, finds Boyle. Jackson to Benyon. To Boyle, into Alonso. Lopez to Lapsevich. Long diagonal ball forward. Bidner shoots and beats the keeper at his near post. And it is Newcastle United 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. So we're back on level terms. And it's difficult to say that we don't deserve it. We do. We absolutely deserve to be level. So let's see if we can go and take advantage of that. McGlone, though, to Beto for QPR. Gallinetta comes in field, and it's cleared. Bidner to Alonso, and the highlight comes to an end. But we get another highlight. Jackson takes it up to the halfway line, plays it over the top for Shevchik. He's in behind. Lapsevich, that's deflected and pushed behind for a corner. So can we take the lead before half time? It is Boyle with the right-footed in-swinging corner on 42 minutes. Headed away. Benyon collects, and the highlight comes to an end. So it is very much looking like it will be 1-1 at the break. And it is Newcastle United 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. So let's go into the dressing room. We are the better team. So I think we point the finger, tell them we've been the better team. Keep doing what you're doing, we'll be fine. And let's have a look at potential subs. And I'm looking at 3, I think. Regis needs to come off for Marais. I need to take Bidner off and bring on Tome. And I also need to take off Oscar Lopez and bring on Quiroga. So 3 changes at half time. In fact, I'm going to make 4. I'm going to take Satilmis off as well and bring on Martos. But we'll then switch the defenders around so that the left-footed Martos is playing on the left. And let's get out there for the second half. We've got 1 sub remaining, with an extra one available if it goes to extra time, which obviously I hope it doesn't. We're going to stay on attacking for the second half. We're going to demand more as Beto finds Elterman, who crosses. Marais heads away. Tome, and the highlight comes to an end. So we absolutely are looking for a goal here. Shevchik down the right hand side. Plays it back to Marais, into Boyle. Forward for Lapsevich, who shoots. And it's well wide. And the highlight comes to an end. So, at the moment, I don't really know what change we're going to be making. Boyle, big crossfield ball to Benyon. Into Alonso. Forward for Lapsevich. Diagonal ball out to Tome on the right. And he takes on his man, plays it back to Marais, onto Boyle, out to Benyon on the left, who shoots, but it is a wild shot, high over the crossbar. And it is Andre with the goal kick. Shevchik wins his header. Quiroga to Lapsevich, back to Benyon. Lapsevich is dispossessed, and McGlone brings it up to halfway. Crossfield ball for Guinea. Plays it in. Martos heads away, but Gallinetta picks up the loose ball. Finds Aringren. And it's across the goal but Elterman is offside, so wouldn't have counted. And in terms of a final substitution, I'm thinking probably Lapsevich, and we bring on Lucas Barre, as that's headed away. McGlone into the middle, Elterman, Gallinetta, but that's charged down and away for a corner, which is really quite disappointing. We're not playing well at the minute, so we're going to demand more again, as it's headed away again. McGlone back to Guinea, charged down, and that's another corner. We just can't get out of our own area at the moment. So McGlone with the right-footed outswinging corner, headed away. Marais is beaten to it, but the highlight this time comes to an end. So can we manage to find a winner in the 90 minutes? It's not looking likely. Shevchik's having a nightmare up front, but Alonso looks like he's going to struggle to see out 90 minutes, never mind extra time. So I'm hoping it doesn't go the distance, as that's played in and the header is over the top. We get away with that. Can we make the most of the let-off? At the moment it's almost dead level, so a draw is absolutely fair. And the final highlight of the 90 minutes starts off as a QPR highlight, but we've got it back. Barre into Shevchik. He shoots, it's deflected, and Andre picks up the loose ball. So that's the 90 minutes up, and we're into extra time. Go out there and prove to everyone you're winners. So who is going to be the one extra change that we can make? And I think I am going to go for broke. Shevchik off, and in fact I'm not going to be able to do that unless I put Tomei up front and then bring on, in fact it's going to have to be Lucas Barre that's going to go up front. So Lucas Barre up front, Shevchik off, and we'll bring on Ben Wagstaff. So let's see how that works out. So we'll start extra time, we'll demand more, we're staying on attacking, we're absolutely going to win this game, or die trying. Boyle to Barre, back to Jackson, into Quiroga, Jackson again, Quiroga to Jackson, to Martos, to Benyon on the left, back to Martos, into Alonso, Martos to Benyon, Alonso, back to Boyle. This is all very, very safe indeed. But it's Munoz now with a QPR free kick, headed away. Wagstaff heads it on, Barre brings it down and drives forward. I'm liking this aggression from Barre. Alonso to Boyle, Barre onto Quiroga, doesn't find Wagstaff, and QPR are in behind. That's got to be offside. It isn't, and Martos is forced to hack clear, and the highlight once again comes to an end. So we're going to get to half time in extra time, hopefully at 1-1. I say hopefully because it doesn't look like we are going to be the ones to break the deadlock. I think I might drop back to positive after where you get to half time. Pagano plays it through, but Jackson cuts it off. Falcao takes it up, finds Martos. Benyon to Alonso. Wagstaff leaves his ball short, and it's Elterman for QPR, but Wagstaff wins it back. Boyle into Barre, back to Boyle. Martos to Benyon. Infield is Boyle. Forward to Quiroga. Alonso gives the ball away, but it's a fortunate deflection and we've got it back. Wagstaff to Alonso, who shoots, and it's deflected behind off Goro for a corner. And this will be the last action of the first period of extra time. Quiroga's corner headed away, and that is your half-time whistle. So I am now going to drop back to positive. We haven't got any more changes left, so we'll drop and encourage at this stage. And let's see if we can find a way through as Gasperi plays it back to Andre, finds Goro, comes forward, plays it to Elterman, and it's out to the left hand side. It's cleared though, and Tomei picks it up, plays it back into trouble. Arangaran to Williams, who forces it through, and Martos scrapes it clear, and the highlight thankfully comes to an end. So it will be a demand more the next time, but we're going to stay on positive. I don't want to throw this away for the sake of being silly. So Munoz with the free kick for QPR. And it's played in, the header, straight at Falcao. And I'm sure he's going to, in fact he goes short. Finds Tomei, Alonso to Wagstaff, back to Boyle, Alonso out to the right hand side for Tomei, who flicks it on to no one, so he's going to have to chase it himself. But there's absolutely no pressing going on at the moment, as Elterman plays it into Pagano, I think that was. Williams on to Cole. Pagano, weak shot, Falcao saves easily. And we've got less than 5 minutes of the match remaining. Will there be one more good opportunity for either side to pinch the FA Cup? Benyon gives the ball away to Elterman, who plays it over the top for Pagano. Falcao is out and takes it off his toes. Rolls it to Martos, into Alonso, onto Quiroga. Wagstaff gives the ball away to Goro. Aranguri back to Goro, who goes for the long ball forward. Pagano's in behind, but the deflection favours us, but it's offside anyway. Will there be one more highlight? Arangaran to Munoz, into Cole, to Jorgensen, into Munoz. Cole on the left hand side, Jorgensen to Munoz. Cole into the area, pulls it back, and the shot is easy for Falcao to save. And that should be that, and we should be heading to penalties, as there's only 1 minute of added time. Andre is definitely setting up for a long clearance downfield, and nobody is pressing him here. Is there even going to be time for the goal kick? There is. Jackson wins his header. Arangaran to Goro though. Munoz plays it over the top. Benyon brings it down, and that's the full-time whistle. We are going to penalties, so let's see who fancies penalties, and we'll pick them based on that. So Lucas Barre, you can go first. Isidre Alonso can go second. Xavier Falcao can go third. Boyle can go fourth, and Wagstaff can go fifth, and after that I'm going to leave it to my assistant manager. So point the finger, relax, pick your spot, don't change your mind. So let's go out there and see if we can pull off a penalty shootout win to clinch the FA Cup. It is Barre from the spot, confidently dispatched. Pagano steps up for QPR, and his penalty is a good one, 1-1. Alonso steps up for Newcastle. And what's he going to do with his? Goes to the keeper's left-hand side. Keeper dives to his right. 2-1 Newcastle. Cole now for QPR. Straight up, in fact, he goes to the opposite corner from the goalkeeper and scores. So that's 2-2. Falcao now steps up and he scores. So 3-2 Newcastle. Aranguren for Queen's Park Rangers steps up and it's gone straight under the goalkeeper. So we had a chance to save that, didn't take it. Boyle now for Newcastle sends the keeper the wrong way, 4-3. And now Williams for Queen's Park Rangers with a chance to make it 4-4, and he does. So it's effectively sudden death already. Wagstaff steps up for Newcastle and buries it. So QPR now have to score or we win the FA Cup. And it is Jorgensen who's going to take the fifth penalty for Queen's Park Rangers. Can our goalkeeper be the hero and save the penalty from Jorgensen? No. So we go to sudden death. And it is Tomei who steps up for Newcastle. And he scores. Keeper went the right way but didn't get there. 6-5 to Newcastle. And this time it is Elterman for Queen's Park Rangers. And Elterman goes past the keeper. Keeper went the right way, couldn't get there. Quiroga now with a chance to put Newcastle back in front. And he does. Gasperi next up for Queen's Park Rangers. And he scores as well, 7 each. So Jackson with the 15th penalty of the shootout, Newcastle's 8th, and he scores. So 8-7 to Newcastle. All penalties have been scored so far. Will Ifrak keep that going, or will the FA Cup be heading to Tyneside? So Ifrak steps up for QPR and dinks it down the middle. Keeper dives out the way. So that's 8-all. And Benyon now has the 9th penalty for Newcastle. And he beats the keeper. 9-8 to Newcastle. So we could be here a while with this penalty shootout. Goro steps up for QPR. And hopefully our goalkeeper can be the hero. He's not this time anyway. It's 9-all. Marais takes the 10th spot kick. And he scores. 10-9 to Newcastle. Will QPR keep this remarkable shootout going? It's Munoz this time. Stepping up for Queen's Park Rangers. Can he make it 10 apiece? Pressure is very definitely on him. And he scores. 10-all. So the 21st penalty of the shootout is Martos. And he scores. 11-10 to Newcastle. So all of our players have scored. And it's now time to find out whether the Queen's Park Rangers goalkeeper, Andre, can complete the set for them. Remember, our goalkeeper's already scored, and he does. It's 11-all, and the shootout continues. Barre steps up for his second go of the shootout, and he scores. 12-11. And it is Pagano for Queen's Park Rangers. So he steps forward and has to score to keep QPR in with a chance. And he does, straight down the middle. This time it's Alonso for Newcastle. And he goes down the middle. Keeper goes to his right. And that's 13-12. So Cole with the chance to make it 13-all. And he does. So 26 out of 26 penalties have been scored. And this time it's Falcao taking the spot kick. He scores. So that's a 27th consecutive spot kick scored. And Aranguren has to make it 28 for QPR to remain in contention. If he misses, it's all over. He scores. So 14-all, 28 penalties scored. Boyle now steps up with the pressure on him. And he scores. So the pressure is back on QPR. And it's Williams stepping up for QPR. 29 penalties scored. 30th penalty of the shootout. And Williams scores. It's 15-all. So it goes to a 31st penalty, and it's Wagstaff. And he scores. So pressure back on QPR. And it's Jorgensen who has to score to keep this going. And is he up to the task? Yes, he is. It's 16-all. 32 consecutive penalties scored. Tomei for Newcastle. Saved. So the QPR keeper makes the first save at the 33rd time of asking, and Elterman has the chance to win the FA Cup for Queen's Park Rangers. So Elterman steps up and he scores. QPR have won the FA Cup. I'll be back in a moment to conclude the episode and tell you what's coming up on the next one. Okay, time now to bring the episode to a conclusion. And the season is done. We couldn't complete the double. So that is the end of this season, and time now to discuss what's coming up on the next episode. And of course, normally it would be the pre-season and transfer special edition, and it might still be, but we have completed everything we need to complete in club football, so we are now on the lookout for an international job. So if an international job comes up, I will go for it, as long as it's one that's got a realistic chance of winning the World Cup. I may end up moving to a different Premier League club to take on another challenge and to put myself in a position to get an international job when one becomes available. So it's very much up in the air as to what's going to happen on the next episode. So if you've enjoyed this one, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.